Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Elizabeth Bratcher, Psychic Medium, and I am here to do your daily guidance read. So today we're doing things the same and a little bit different as well. So before I do anything, what I want you guys to do and what we're doing differently today is I want to do a little bit of a specific focus for you. So today we're focusing, and I want you to think about what is something in your life that you would like to change, that you would like to have, that you would like to bring in. Just take a moment and just have a think. Perhaps it's love, perhaps it's a career change, perhaps it's, more peace and harmony around you. Perhaps it's more courage, perhaps it's more confidence. We all have that thing. What is it for you? Nobody's around, nobody can hear your thoughts. Be honest and truthful to yourself. Right, now I want you to keep focus on that thing. And I'm going to pull 3 cards, and today your focus is going to be what it is that you need to know most around yourself to shift this energy. Now this is going to, I can already tell you before I pull the cards, it's going to require some deeper thought. It's going to require some honesty. It's going to require you being prepared to face the truth in a kind and nurturing way to self. So take the advice on board and let it be a catalyst that helps you shift your mindset and get you to that exact thing that you're thinking about right now. So 1, 2 or 3, where are you drawn? Perfect. All right, number 1. Firstly, your attitude. You've got the Be Positive card. Your attitude is a choice. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so number 1, all right, you've got a pretty clear reading in it here. So your Be Positive card, it talks about the fact that your attitude is a choice, okay, and it is. Even in adversity, whether we like it or not, we have a choice, okay? There is an action and there is a reaction. Our reaction is our responsibility, okay? Yes, we may have an initial reaction that, depending on the depth of what we're actually needing to find that positive attitude in, it might be just a conscious thought, but for others is that smack that we've got to drop for a second. And then we've got to pick ourselves back up, okay? But we have a choice in that. And I know it sucks, okay? Because it's, it's funny getting people to acknowledge that they have a choice, all right? And that's why I say it sucks, I know. I sit in front of thousands of people every year, and at least a few hundred. And I sit and, when I say your attitude is a choice, but it's not. It's not my fault that, I can't pay rent, and it's not my fault that I've got the landlord doing this and that. It's not my fault that this happened. It's not my fault. No one said it's your fault. But again, that's the action. So you've got a choice in your reaction. Okay? You've got a choice. Do you let this defeat you? Do you let it drop you down into the ground? Or do you pick yourself up? Do you go, I'm going to get through this, and you carry on? Even if you've got to do that every single day. So your attitude is a choice. That's what that energy is about. And whatever that applies to you, that's what they're saying. You've got an ability to have some control here. So it's not just about me kicking your ass. It's about that beautiful sun saying, hey, just be positive. Your attitude is a choice. You have a choice. You have control. You have control. So make the commitment to move forward. You've got to make the commitment with yourself to move forward. But first, we've got to release what is no longer serving. You can't expect to move yourself. You can't make in a new thing by doing things in old ways. I know that there's a proper saying around that, and it's not coming to mind right now, but you can't, okay? You can't take what you learn in kindergarten and expect to finish a university degree with it. Okay, and life is the same. You can't sit here and hold on, but it's comfortable and I don't want to change, I don't want to hurt people, I don't want to upset people, I don't want to rock the boat. Then don't expect your boat to be rocked. Don't expect your world to be rocked. You've got to detox. You've got to let go of what no longer serves. All right. And so there's that energy that's there. And you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of energy in today's reading. But you know what? Sometimes that's just what I'm called to do. There I am. You got the healing card, okay, which talks about just being patient, but allowing the healing to come in. And that's what we're talking about that's there. When we're worried about, rocking the boat and hurting people and upsetting the apple cart and everything else like that, that shows you've got compassion. It shows you've got empathy and sympathy, and perhaps there's a little bit of out of whack balance between the empathy and the sympathy, but it's there. It's a nurturing quality that you have. So to nurture yourself in return. You're just trying to do the right thing by everybody else, but in doing so, you can fail to do the right thing by yourself. And look, I'm not making number ones or anything specifically about that and other people. I'm just trying to give you guys examples, okay? I don't want to quit my job because I have to find someone else. Do you think they give a shit? You know what I mean? That's the unfortunate part is of it. No matter how valuable you feel in your job, you're replaceable, and that's just cold hard fact. And I learned that the hard way. It took me a couple of years to get my head around that at one point. So allow the healing to come in, okay? And with healing comes forgiveness and bits and pieces. And coincidentally enough, that is today's or tomorrow's video. I'm tossing between the two subjects, so if it's not today, it's tomorrow. So there you go. All right. So number one, that is what I have for you. Think about it, listen about it, okay? It is the way it is, whether you like it or not. And so we have to bring some level of acceptance in that. But, control. We get to have control. All right, number two, self-care, truth, honor, and awareness. And that's what this is talking about. Truth and honor and awareness. The real gutsy stuff. Because you know what, when we have an awareness around ourselves, and when we have an honor of ourselves, and we have a truth around ourselves, that's not sitting back and going, yeah, I'm really awesome because, I understand who I am, and I have honor of self-honor, and I have self-truth, and, I have self-care. That's not how it goes. Self-truth and self-honor and self-awareness is about knowing that you're aware of your vulnerabilities. You're aware of what things are going to present as a challenge for you. You're aware of what things have the ability to catch you off guard. You're aware of what things drive you down. You're aware of what your body nutritionally needs. You're aware of how much sleep you need. How many, if I asked you right now, how many hours of the night of sleep do you need to be able to function at a productive level all through the week? And some of you might go, I need 10, I need 8, or I need this, or I need that. I'm curious to know if you actually know the actual number that is there. I know if I have 7 hours of sleep each night, by the end of the week, I'm still functioning okay. Whereas if I start border around that 5 or 6, or even 9 and 10, I start getting sluggish. Too much sleep is not good for me. So, it's just little things. I'm aware that when I walk into a crowd, I can be incredibly shy, and I tend to kind of close myself off a little bit, and then people look and can think that I'm a snob and I'm intimidating and da-da-da-da-da. If I had $1 for every time I heard that. So I'm aware of that. So I'm very conscious when I walk into a room to try to maintain eye contact and to smile and to let them see that I am wanting to engage. It's just something that I'm a little bit shy around. It's all those kind of little bits and pieces that are there, all right? So self-care is around those things. It's about recognizing, and it's not about going, oh, well, you suck because you're shy. Hell no. It's about pushing through that energy and embracing it and, not allowing it to become this defining barrier that gets in my way all the time. No. I have too much work to do. I have too many connections to make, and so I can't let that be a barrier. And you know what? Yeah, it's an interesting subject, but yes. All right, so just understand that when I talk about self-care and when this truth card comes up, that's what it's talking about. Honouring those parts around you. Having awareness of those parts of you. Not being afraid to sit in the truth. Okay, and so there you've got the balance card that's there. All right, and balance it's the yin and yang of life. The yin and yang of life of what I put on that card, because that's what it is. It's the balance, all work and no play. Self-denial to self, self-pity, all of those kind of little bits and pieces and things like that. Have a look at where your balance is in your life, okay? Just have a look. It'll help you center yourself better around this. You've also got the beautiful support card that comes out, which talks about the fact you're not alone. And the energy that's really evolved around this card is the fact that not only do you have support, but that you've got people around you that have genuinely got your back. And that's always a really nice place and a really nice thing to have. And so I want you to remind that. And I feel like this energy is just kind of saying, hey, don't be afraid to step into this. Because I'm telling you right now, true self-care is not easy. So true self-care is, when we're talking about food and water and appearance and clothing and bathing and all of those kind of bits and pieces that's there, absolutely all very, very, very valid. And I don't take a thing away from them, but you're skimming on the top. There is like a whole bucket load of stuff underneath that as well, okay? Self-care isn't about just superficial. So take a chance, because nothing changes if nothing changes. All right. Don't be afraid to tap deeper into yourself. It's not selfish. It's not ego. It doesn't mean that you love yourself like in some snobby, outlandish way. It doesn't mean anything of those things. Okay. It means that you acknowledge yourself as a human being and that you treat yourself with the same love and courtesy and respect that you would treat your child or your best friend or everyone else like that. If you're treating someone better than when you treat yourself, there's something out of whack, and you need to have a think about that. All right. And so number 2, that's your reflective energy for the day. And again, take it in context. I want to throw a lot of energy out today. I want to really get to the point, but take it as what it's meant to you. And don't be afraid to sit in it. Don't be afraid to sit in it. Okay. And you'll see, as I said, I really think that you guys are watching the daily reads. I hope that you guys jump in on the videos as well that are coming out as of today. So anyway, let's keep going. So number 2, that is what I have for you. All right. Number 3, what do you got? Beautiful. You've got the growth card. This is the tree of life, the tree of life. I feel quite aligned around trees. You know, their energy and their beauty and their size and their ability and the things that they endure just astound me, just astound me. And so I really, really do deeply engage with the tree of life. So much so I have a massive one tattooed on my back. And there's 2 trees in my deck, and this is one of them. So there's, you know, understand that there's a lot of beautiful and magical energy that comes in around this card. Okay, so let's have a look. So you've got the growth card that's here, which talks about self-awareness. So, you know, definitely all those qualities of the self-care card. There's an opportunity and potential coming in because you're sitting in a good place with that, okay? And so enjoy that energy. I feel like this is an acknowledgement there, but just don't remember, just don't forget that sometimes in life heartache comes along. And what this card is talking about is heartache, not heartbreak, okay? Challenging matters of the heart. And that can be sometimes having to step away from things that no longer serve us. And that really does pull on our heart because we did wish it was different. We do wish better for certain situations or people or, whatever the context is for you. So they just want to acknowledge that don't feel like this growth isn't happening because you're perhaps going through some challenging times. All right. So when things do get challenging around you, just pull yourself back to this beautiful energy that's here, because I feel like you've engaged in this several times enough to know what I'm talking about. Okay. And to be able to sit back and go, yeah, I appreciate myself and I engage better with myself when I am in this mode. Okay. And so when you do that, you get the beautiful freedom card, which talks about release of the binds. Okay, it talks about self-love, having all of those beautiful qualities of self-care and more. And it talks about determination. It acknowledges that determination that you have within yourself. So number 3, I feel like your energy is very much reflecting on, so worries and doubts get in the way. So just take them one step at a time. Don't let them feel like this isn't where you're engaged to. And so number 3, I'll keep wanting to go back and say to you, I feel like it's not a measure or a definition. We're all in different places at different times. But for this energy today, number 3, I feel like this is where you're engaged. I feel like you're acknowledging this. I feel like, you are aware of bits and pieces in self. And it doesn't mean we're perfect all the time, okay? But I just want to put that I do feel a little bit more movement forward with this one. And so just taking it one step at a time, okay, with this heartache energy that comes in along the way. And I feel like they're giving me a timeline that's here. If this whole line here was your life, you're born and you pass here, I feel like we're chunking. You know what I mean? We're just acknowledging along the way, okay? And so it's just that keep yourself in check. You've got an ability to fall vulnerable when challenges come up because you're such a heart-centered person, and so acknowledge that and don't let it step in the way of this, okay? You have an ability to get into your own way, and they're just saying to you, you need to be a little bit more aware of that. All right, so number 3, that is what I have for you. So guys, I've given each of you today something to think about when you're driving, when you're in the shower, when you're preparing vegetables, whatever it is that you're doing today for yourself. Okay, acknowledge and just spend it, go, you know what, that crazy freaking psychic that I listened today, I'm just going to spend 5 minutes actually think about what she said. Okay, and engage with it. That's the biggest challenge that I have, is getting people to actually be vulnerable enough to acknowledge these things. And when you do, holy cow, it's such a beautiful journey. So number 1, number 2, and number 3. That is what I have for you today. I hope that it's been resonating for you. I hope that I hope everything for you. I hope nothing and wish nothing but the best. So thank you very much for joining me today. I look forward to engaging with you a little bit further and a little bit deeper now with these daily reads, extending them out into a new way. The daily reads are going to stay the same, as I've said. I'm here doing that, but there's some more instrumental energy that's going to come along with it. So I hope that you enjoy separately, like in different videos, blah, blah, blah. Anyways. Have a great day. Can't wait to see you again.